At prom this year, there was a really pretty girl. She had flawless tan skin, silky dark brown hair hanging loose and ending above her waist, chocolate brown eyes, and wore a really simple dark purple dress that fit every curve of her body perfectly. No one knew who she was, though. We all kind of figured she was someone's date, although the guy apparently didn't really care about her. Random guys kept asking her to dance, and no one ever stepped forward to protest. After the dance ended, she left, and no one had seen her since. People talked about her a little bit, but by the end of the week, everyone had pretty much already forgotten about her. Fast forward to last Wednesday, at the final yearbook club meeting. The yearbook club consisted of only 5 people, including me, and, well, we've been kind of running behind due to various difficulties throughout the year. The teacher's going to have to finish it on his own over the summer, which kind of sucks, given he had to do the same thing last year. Anyways, the supervising teacher had to go talk to someone, so the rest of us were just going through some pictures looking for good ones to upload and use. When we got to the picture from prom, we found a picture of the girl, so we started talking about her while we worked. We were casually speculating about who she was, her date's identity, etc. At this point, the supervising teacher returned and asked what we were talking about, so we told him about the girl. He told us that he didn't know who she was either, but then mentioned that the head of school would probably know since outside dates had to be approved beforehand. Even though we were just casually talking about the girl, we were starting to get really curious, so one of the members decided to go ask the head of school about her. He came back 10 minutes later, and he had this really weird expression on his face. Apparently, the head of the school had told him that he didn't know who the girl was and thought she was approved by the president. So he went to see the president of the school, and then she claimed that she had believed the dean had approved her. In short, neither of the 2 people responsible for approving outside dates knew who she was. At this point, we were kind of surprised and took a closer look at the photos of her. Now that we were looking more closely at them, we all thought something about them seemed off. But we couldn't tell what. There were only a few minutes left until yearbook club ended, though, so after a couple of minutes, we just shrugged it off and left. Something about it just kept nagging at the back of my mind, though. I couldn't stop thinking about it. The next day at lunch, one of the members got everyone together in the art room. He had been bothered by it all night, so during his free period, he took another look at the photos and finally figured out what was wrong. Her eyes. In every single photo, the girl's eyes were always staring directly at the camera. This might sound insignificant, but the thing is, some of these photos were taken at the same time by different people. 2 of them showed her spinning on the dance floor from different angles, but in both pictures, her eyes were facing the camera. The most chilling one to me, though, was one of her from the side. In it, her iris and pupil are at the very corner of her eye, staring at the camera. I remember the exact moment it was taken, though, because she was talking to me when it was taken. During our conversation, we maintained eye contact. If she'd turned her eyes that far, I would have noticed. They would have been almost totally white. After discovering this, we members of the yearbook felt kind of freaked out and agreed not to tell our friends just yet, though we did tell the yearbook supervisor. It was kind of hard for the others to take in, and they seemed kind of scared. Of course, I didn't have any issues like that, though. For me, it's just another little addition to the strange lore of Hexville.